It's a pleasure once again to have you on the link. Thank you for joining us again tonight. We promise to give you information you can use, and today we are sticking to that. Right now the traders are in say acrimonious, or there's friction between them and the UR and government, and it's over this thing called EFRIS, and some people think EFRIS is a tax. We're going to discuss that issue and others here on the link, and I have a qualified person to explain these things to us, and my guest tonight is Miss Tabitha Awino. She's a tax consultant with Deloitte. Deloitte are auditors, so they really understand these tax issues. Tabitha, welcome.
Thank you, Samuel.
All right. Now, EFRIS, is EFRIS a tax? Or if not, what is it?
EFRIS is not a tax. It is a digital system that was introduced by URA to ease on compliance and also enable them have sight of what is going on. So one of the reasons why EFRIS was introduced is because of the various loopholes that were realized under the tax head of VAT, value added tax. Yes.
So how does it work? People, now we know it's a system, it's not a tax. So how does this thing work?
Yes.
And who uses it?
Yes. So how does it work? Who uses it? Let's start with who uses it, then how does it work. So who uses it? Currently, it is mandatory for VAT registered taxpayers.
So VAT?
Mandate for now. VAT registered taxpayers to use EFRIS. So if you're issuing an invoice or you've made a sale, you should issue an e-invoice. Those e-invoices are through EFRIS. Yes. So how does it work? EFRIS was designed in a way that if you're making a sale, there are different modes of EFRIS. You have system to system, you have the web portal, then there are EFDs. So
EFDs what?
Like they are machines that you use.
Machines. Yes.
So if you're making a sale, let's say system to system, for system to system, you integrate your internal system with the URA system.
You connect your system to URA.
Connect it to URA. So there is not much of a difference. For you, you'll be issuing your invoices normally, but what comes out will have features of an FDA and a fiscal document number.
A fiscal document number, that is what URA would issue.
Yes. So it is linked. So when you make a sale, URA gets that sale real time.
They get a copy.
And it knows person A has sold this amount of money. So the FDN shows, like if you want to know that what somebody has given you is an e-invoice, you can validate the FDN.
The number there, which you can...
There is a number. So it is not a tax per se, it is just you are having sight over your sales. Yes.
So you cannot say, I didn't sell, because they also saw.
Yes. So if you make sales outside EFRIS, then that is where the problem comes in. Because yes, it's a sale, they're telling you make it through EFRIS. Yes, it's a normal invoice, just that now URA has sight on it. Yes.
Who is mandated to be on EFRIS?
VAT registered taxpayers are mandated to be on EFRIS. So VAT registered taxpayers will issue e-invoices. But those that do not have VAT and want to issue an
e-receipt,
they will issue an e-receipt. For them, they do not issue e-invoices, because now the e-receipt does not have VAT on it. You do not have VAT.
So there is e-receipt and e-invoice. So e-invoice is in the case of VAT. One who must pay VAT.
Yes.
Who pays VAT?
VAT is paid by the final consumer. Yes, because VAT is a consumption tax. So we have issues of a manufacturer, we have a wholesaler, a retailer, and a final consumer. Yes. If a manufacturer sells to the wholesaler, let me say, what can I use? Sugar?
Yes.
At 10,000 shillings, that is the net price without VAT. VAT 18% on 10,000 is 1,800. That means that total amount of money you'll pay to the manufacturer is 11,800. That means it includes VAT.
Okay.
So you, the wholesaler, you will at that point in time pay VAT of 1,800 shillings to the manufacturer.
Okay.
However, when you sell, you the wholesaler, to the retailer, let me say now you're selling to the retailer at 11,000. You've put a profit of 1,000 shillings. Now you're selling to the retailer. You'll charge VAT as well on your 11,000. Yes. So 11,000 times 18 is about 1,900 something.
Yes.
Yes. So when you, the retailer, you are submitting your return for VAT.
Okay.
Yes. You will actually, you'll declare that this is what I charged.
Yes.
No, the wholesaler, this is what I charged the retailer.
Okay.
He paid VAT of 1,900.
Yes.
However, the manufacturer charged me 1,800 shillings. So when you're filing your return, you'll get what you charged the retailer minus what
you were charged.
What you were charged
by the manufacturer.
Yes. Then you pay the difference. So what do we mean by that there? Like there is a credit mechanism in VAT.
Okay.
So the 1,800 you paid to the manufacturer, it's like now you're demanding URA 1,800. When I make the sale, I will first deduct what I demand URA, then pay them the balance, because the balance is what I've collected. Okay. So whoever is in that chain of supply is just a collection agent for URA. Okay. So at the end of it all, if the retailer sells to the final consumer that sugar at 13,000, the final price, the consumer will pay VAT
18%.
18% of that 13,000.
Yes.
So 18% would be around 2,300. Okay. I'm not sure. So it would be about 2,300. The consumer will pay that whole 2,300. Okay. But if you calculate throughout the chain of production, if you add all the VAT that has been like declared
from the manufacturer down to me, the consumer,
down to you, the consumer, the total price, that total VAT paid by the consumer would be equal to the total VAT in the chain. So what the other people in the chain of production are doing is push VAT
and get back their money
and get back up to the final consumer.
So I'm the one who suffers. Some people are saying
no,
I'm triple charged.
No, it's not triple charging, because the final consumer is buying at 13,000. That is the cost the retailer has put. Yeah. And they're charging 18% of that. 13.
But I am the one who's paying all the VAT.
You're paying the
everyone.
VAT all. Okay. So that is why they usually urge people to register for VAT, so that you keep pushing the burden to the final consumer. So imagine the retailer had no VAT. He's not registered for VAT, and the manufacturer or the wholesaler charged him VAT. At that point, the retailer will be the final consumer.
Is going to absorb it.
Will absorb
but most of our small shops are not VAT registered. Therefore, they absorb, but they pass it on eventually, to us.
In their markup. But I maybe would advise they be VAT registered, so that they get their markup and also pass on the burden of VAT to the final consumer. I
understand that the VAT there's a threshold.
Yes.
Which is the threshold for VAT for me to pay?
To be registered for VAT. Yes. So the threshold, there is an annual threshold of 150 million per year taxable sales. That is standard rated sales and zero rated sales. Okay. But URA will not wait for that whole 12 months to elapse. So that's why they have a quarterly threshold. Yeah. So that quarterly threshold is 37.5 million in taxable sales.
The turnover for me, for the qualified goods is 37 million. Yes. Then I qualify to pay VAT.
37. You exceed 37.5. That means
37 and above.
37.5 and above.
So above 37 million.
Above 37.5.
Okay. Yes. 37.5 million. Then I qualify to pay VAT.
You're supposed to you qualify to register for VAT, so that you are a collection agent.
So if I'm below?
If you're below, you're not mandated to register for VAT, but you can, because that is voluntary registration.
Tabitha, we have 2 minutes left. What are the common problem areas when people use EFRIS? It has been an issue. What are the common problem areas you know as a person in auditing?
Okay, so the common problems or concerns, one would be the cost. Embarking on EFRIS is not depending on what mode you want to use, but it comes at a cost. For example, if you're using system to system, you will need professionals to integrate your system to the URA system. They're going to charge you money. Then if you're using system to system, not system to system, that is the URA web portal. Whenever you make a sale, you go onto the system and go to the web portal and issue an invoice.
You receive the invoice, yes.
If many people, I've interacted with many people, especially the traders, they'll be like, I don't want to know anything to do with tax. My job is to sell. So they'll have to first employ someone to do the tax bit because the other is concentrating
So they look at it as a headache. So
it's a headache. So the professional bit is a cost. Yeah, then sometimes the systems are off, sometimes, but if it's rare, but when it happens, the system is off, that means the invoices some will come with issues. If you're not doing, like, if it is offline, it can come with issues, and you issue invoices that do not have FDNs or something along those lines, and URA will get you for non-compliance, and you're penalized.
You can't tell them the system was off.
Yeah, the system can be off because the law provides, if the system is off, you notify them. So if they penalize, like they give you a time, when it stabilizes and you take your time to comply, then there is a problem. Finally,
they say you buy, there's a machine to buy. What is that? People say you need to buy a machine to be on EFRIS.
No, you don't need to. It's not mandatory for you to buy a machine. You can use other methods.
But if I have to buy a machine, that's also a cost.
Yeah, that's
some people say the 400,000.
Yes, that's a cost that you have to buy, and there are designated people you can buy it from. Yes, but you buy it once, and you get over it. Yes.
So tax compliance is expensive then, finally?
Yes.
Tax compliance is there for EFRIS is a cost, and I think that's what people are complaining about. Thank you very much, Tabitha, for highlighting those issues. Viewers, I hope this conversation highlights the issues about EFRIS, and if you're a taxpayer, how you pay VAT for everyone from the top. If you are buying sugar, you final consumer carries the final burden. But again, I guess that's how things are aligned. We hope we added value to you. That was the link. Thank you for joining us tonight.